If you follow politics at all, then for years, we've been hearing from the Republican Party the excuses they make when they don't vote for a bill. And it's usually, well, the Democrats put a bunch of shit in the bill that had nothing to do with the bill. The Democrats have added a bunch of things. We were voting on X, and they put a bunch of things in that had to do with Y. And we got to stop putting things in bills that don't belong in the bill. If we're voting for a bridge to be built, then we should vote for a bridge to be built, and we shouldn't just pile on everybody's shit in a bill, right? That's the excuse. That's the bullshit excuse that they've given to vote against things that benefit the American people, voting against things that benefit veterans, voting against things that help homeless people, so forth and so on, right? This is the continuous bullshit excuse that they've given. Now they're telling you, or showing you, that was all bullshit. Representative Mike Johnson tells House Republicans Trump wants them to pass a single reconciliation bill. At a closed-door House Republican retreat Saturday morning, newly re-elected House Speaker Mike Johnson of Louisiana said President-elect Donald Trump was in favor of passing a single reconciliation bill that would address his priorities, including border security, energy, and an extension of his signature 2017 tax law. Two sources with direct knowledge told NBC News. Since the November election, when Republicans took back control of the White House and the Senate and retained control of the House, GOP lawmakers have publicly debated whether to attempt to pass one or two reconciliation bills to advance their agenda. Reconciliation allows Congress to pass party-line policies related to taxes and spending with simple majority votes, suspending the Senate's usual 60-vote threshold needed to pass legislation. In an interview Sunday on Fox News, Johnson reiterated the fact that Trump wants to pass one big, beautiful bill using reconciliation. I think at the end of the day, President Trump is going to prefer, as he likes to say, one big, beautiful bill, Johnson said. He added, and there's a lot of merit to that because we can put it all together in one big up or down vote, which can save the country, quite literally, because there are so many elements to it and it'll give us a little bit more time to negotiate that and get it right. That doesn't mean that we won't come right out of the gates, full-fledged, right out of the beginning of Congress. Johnson later added that the bill would include a lot of pieces. We've made a lot of campaign promises, President Trump did as well, and reconciliation is the way to get it done, he said, adding that the border and the economy would be two priorities to address in the bill. With a razor-thin House Republican majority and a 4-seat GOP majority, Republican lawmakers would still have little wiggle room to lose GOP votes, even when passing laws using reconciliation. So, when Democrats control the Senate and the White House, they don't want to vote for anything because of what's thrown in the bill that doesn't have anything to do with the bill. Now that they control the House, the Senate, and the White House, they want to put everything in one big bill. Border, the economy, everything. They want to put everything, their entire agenda in one big bill. Now, why do they want to do that? Because they know they can't get it passed unless they go through reconciliation. So they're going to try this maneuver to put everything Donnie wants into one big bill, pass it through reconciliation, and avoid actual debates on the floor with Democrats, avoid having to actually negotiate with the other side and maybe give a little to get a little. They're just going to ram through whatever Donald Trump wants in one big bill and put everything that's on their wish list in there. So whenever they tell you, and when I'm not just talking about elected officials, whenever the rank and file that come into your comment sections tell you that Republicans didn't vote for this bill or didn't vote for that bill because of what was in the bill, you throw this back in their face because they don't give a shit. Just like everything else, they're showing their hypocrisy. One big bill to pass everything Trump wants right out of the gate at the beginning of his... hey, listen, I can understand why they want to do it, right? They understand that the American people, by and large, don't give a shit about their priorities. Democratic representatives hear from their constituents, and Democratic representatives represent a lot more of the population than Republican representatives do, senators and representatives. So there's going to be a lot of pushback from Democratic areas on this agenda of Donald Trump's. And if you stop and think about it, That way, Trump can just spend the next 3.5 years golfing and not worrying about any bills getting passed because he gets everything he wants right out of the gate.